Hello, I'm Anthony and I'm your English teacher. Welcome to my new channel, English Vids. Today's lesson is the picture description lesson. What I'm going to do is describe a few pictures to you. After each description, I'm going to pick out a few words, phrases, or grammar points and explain them in more detail. So listen to the description, try to understand as much as you can. Don't worry if you don't understand all of it. I'm going to explain the tricky words, phrases, and grammar after. So let's look at the first picture. Today's topic is people. Here is a picture of a famous actor, Keanu Reeves. Here is Keanu Reeves, the famous actor in character as John Wick. His suit is creased and he has a few cuts on his face, indicating that he has possibly been in a fight. Keanu's left hand is clutching what looks like a chain, and he is wearing a serious expression on his face. He has a goatee and a dark shadow is cast on one side of his face. Keanu Reeves is well known for his long hair and rugged good looks. Perhaps this is why he has had an acting career spanning more than 30 years and has appeared in some of the most famous movies of all time. This is Keanu Reeves in character. So did you understand everything that I said? Were there any tricky words, expressions, grammar points that you came across? Well, let's go through a few right now. The first word I'd like to talk about is the word creased. So I said his suit is creased. Now, if you look at the picture, you can see that the suit is not very smooth. It hasn't been ironed. An iron is the device that we use to make clothes nice and smooth so that they don't have any creases. A crease is like a wrinkle or a line in your clothing. So his suit is creased. The next word I'd like to point out is the word clutch. So it's a verb, and I said Keanu's left hand is clutching what looks like a chain. So if we clutch something, we hold on to it tightly with our hand. We can clutch a little boy or girl's hand. We can clutch our belongings. So if we want to hold on to something really tightly, we don't want to let it go, we clutch it. So we hold it like this with our fist tight around it. So in the picture, Keanu is clutching what looks like a chain. Now that brings me on to the next expression, what looks like. So he's clutching what looks like a chain. Now, it's not clear from the picture what he's clutching, but I think it is a chain that goes around your neck. So if we're not quite sure of something, we can see it, we think it's this thing, but we're not sure, we can say what looks like. So even though I'm not sure it's a chain, I think it is. So I can say he's clutching what looks like a chain. If I go out one day and there's a terrible bank robbery, imagine I call the police and say, listen, there's someone robbing a bank. I can see him and he's got something in his hand, but I'm not sure what it is. Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it some other kind of weapon? If I'm not sure, but I think it's one of those things, I can use the expression, what looks like. So I can tell the police officer, he's got what looks like a gun, or he's got what looks like a knife in his hand. So we use this expression when we're not sure what it is, but we think it is something. The next word I'd like to look at is the word wearing, to wear. Now, you might think this is an easy word to master. Well, I'm not using the word in the sense that we wear a jumper or we wear a hat. In this case, Keanu Reeves is wearing a serious expression on his face. So we can use wear in this sense as well. So I said he is wearing a serious expression on his face. So if we wear something on our face, in this sense, it's our expression. So someone can wear a big smile, they can wear a frown, or they can wear a very serious expression. That's the expression that you've got on your face. Now let's look at the next picture. In this picture, we can see a bespectacled woman wearing smart casual clothing. Looking at the way she is dressed and her confident demeanor, she looks like she could be a businesswoman or a teacher. Her facial expression is fairly neutral, but she is showing a slight smirk. Her dark hair is worn in a long ponytail, and she has long fingernails, which are possibly false. This woman looks very self-assured by the way she is crossing her arms and facing her head to one side. Her body language exudes confidence. Here we have a bespectacled woman. So what does that word mean, bespectacled? What do you think? Well, it means someone who is wearing glasses or spectacles. So it's an adjective, and we can use it to describe someone who is wearing eyeglasses. So she is a bespectacled woman. Now, let's describe her clothing. She's wearing smart casual clothing. What's this? Well, smart clothing would be quite formal. Casual clothing is very informal. Smart casual is somewhere in the middle. So casual might be jeans and a t-shirt with trainers or sneakers. Smart might be a suit with a tie and polished shoes. Smart casual would be somewhere in the middle. So it might be a jacket with a t-shirt underneath, some smart trousers and trainers. So you've got a mix. It's clean and good looking, but it's not too formal. So that's smart casual. The next word is the word smirk. So if you look at her closely, she's got a slight smirk on her face. What does that mean? Well, a smirk is describing how someone is smiling. When we smile with just a little hint of our lips moving upwards at the sides, this is a smirk. A smirk shows that you're confident, maybe you know something, or you're smiling at something in your mind, and you don't want other people to know that you're laughing or really, really happy. So it's just a slight smile, a slight raise of the lip at one side. So look closely and you'll see that she's wearing a smirk. And the last expression I want to look at is body language. Now we have language, we're learning English right now. This is a spoken language, you can hear it. Body language is an unspoken language. It's the language of our body, how we stand, how we move, our facial expression, how our posture is, and all these other things that are related to the body. So nothing to do with the spoken language. This is body language. And her body language exudes confidence. This means that it's showing lots and lots of confidence. So the word exude means to show lots of something. Her body language exudes confidence. She's crossing her arms. Her face is angled to one side. She's looking directly at the camera and she has a smirk on her face. So she exudes confidence. Now let's look at the last picture. Here we have a picture of a few children. A group of happy young children are lying belly down on the grass with a blue sky in the background. Each one is staring at the camera with a huge smile on their face. The different colored tops worn by each child makes this a bright and cheerful scene, as does the beautiful green grass in the foreground. The two blonde girls look alike, allowing us to guess that they are twins. Because they look so alike, they are probably identical twins. The boy in the green top looks to be the oldest of the group, and the boy in the red top the youngest. These children are lying belly down. So our belly is this part of our body, our stomach. Usually, if we are lying down, we assume someone is lying on their back or on their side. But sometimes we lie on our front, and here we can say, you are lying belly down. That means your belly is against the floor or the ground, and you're lying down that way. So the children are lying belly down on the grass. Next, I'd like to look at the expression as does. Here's the sentence again. The different colored tops worn by each child makes this a bright and cheerful scene, as does the beautiful green grass. So here, as does means something like so or also. We're saying the beautiful green grass also makes this a bright and cheerful scene. So point A was that the different colored tops makes this a bright and cheerful scene. Point B is that the beautiful green grass makes this a bright and cheerful scene. So we're saying the beautiful green grass also does it. It also makes this a bright and cheerful scene. So as does is something like so or also. Now the next word is identical twins. You know what twins are? Twins are siblings. Could be a boy and a girl, could be two girls, could be two boys that are born at the same time. Now sometimes these siblings look different to each other. They're non-identical twins. Sometimes they look very, very alike. In this case, the two girls in the scene, in this picture, look very alike. So we can guess that they are identical twins. Identical simply means the exact same. Identical twins look so similar that often it's very difficult to tell them apart. So these two are identical twins. So I hoped you found this lesson useful. I hope you learned a few new words and expressions. In the description below, you'll find a transcript of each description. So you can read it and study it as you go through the video again. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check back for new videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.